Okay, give me a minute. Hi, Hugo.
Hello, hello, Oliver. Hello, Dorival. Hello, everyone.
Guys,
Okay, give me a second. Okay, I'm gonna record this. Also, okay. Hi, everyone, and it's a pleasure for me to have Dorival and Hugo Sakamoto here. We are with some students from the University of San Carlos de Guatemala, and we are ubicated in Quetzaltenango. We are near from Mexico. If you don't know, I don't know, Guatemala is not so no a country that many people don't know, but it's a pleasure to have Dorival and Hugo Sakamoto here, and you are in Brazil. I don't know exactly where you are. If you want to say hi and present yourselves.
hi guys, hello.
Sure. Yeah, go ahead,
Nice to be
Dorival.
here. It's a pleasure to be here to talk to you and also to learn from you because we are here all to share knowledge, to share experience. I'm from Brazil and I live in Sumaré, a city 100 kilometers from São Paulo. And today I'm here to share knowledge and experience with you. It's my pleasure to be here.
Thank you very much. Hugo.
Great, Dorival. Well, my name is Hugo, and I'm close to Dorival here in São Paulo also. If you don't know very well Brazil, it's a very big country. It's something on the southeast state, so just to have some reference. And I've been working with development for 10 years, more than 10 years, and I nowadays I help professional web developers to design, implement better architectures so they can make important decisions and start leading their team. And also a pleasure being here, Oliver. Thank you for the invitation. And yeah, that's all.
Thank you very much. I don't know if any student want to present themselves before starting listen to Dorival and all the things that he has to tell us.
If you guys prefer, we can start talking, then you can ask a question, and then you can have
Yeah, and if you don't feel comfortable talking in English, you can write your question in Spanish, Portuguese, or English.
Japanese?
Oh, you also speak
no,
Japanese.
No, I'm joking. I can read no advanced Japanese. But well, anyway, before starting, I just want to congrats you all, the students being here on a Saturday. It's a moment that we usually have our time to rest or do some other things. So congrats for everyone that is watching it, and thanks for joining also.
Yeah. I don't know, Dorival, if you can say hello in Portuguese just to know a little bit of, or how do you say hello in Portuguese?
Então, olá pessoal, eu sou Dorival, me apresentando em português aqui e compartilhando nossas experiências com vocês.
Yeah, that's great. The Portuguese language sounds great, man. but we don't understand it. Thank you very much. So Dorival, the time is yours. We are here to listen to one of your experience. I think that all that you have to say is very important for the students and also for us as professionals, because we are learning and sharing a lot of experience about growing up. So thank you very much. And remember, if you have questions, you can write them or raise your hand and enable your mic. So thank you very much for being here. And Dorival, the time is yours, and we are here listening to you.
Okay, let's talk a little about the. Let me put a presentation here. Let's see if the presentation will be visible for you.
Okay.
I go ahead to share my screen.
Yes, do you have permissions for that?
Can you hear my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can see your screen.
So I'll talk about this path from sugar cane cutter to a technical leader career, and talk about the 4 skills that you can use to transform your career. And similar to most of you, or similar to you guys, when you start our studies, you always believe in something. You study because we believe that something will change in our lives. And then I was similar to you. I studied because I have a goal I believe in my life, and I also I lived in a very poor neighborhood, and I were always searching for ways to have a different life, to improve my life. And this is not a surprise, because you guys, for sure, you study, you have lots of effort because you believe there is something good for you in the life, in your career. And studying a lot, have good grades, and this is what people always say. That is the path to have a better life. And it is was very important for me, because I didn't have a good life. I didn't live in a good place, and that was. Let me see if I can change it here. So that was what a dream for my life. Have a good grade, study a lot, and I was very curious. I loved to know about science books, and people said, "Oh, this is a great boy. This boy have a great future." Mom said, my boy will be a scientist, be a great guy," and this is very common for us. Then comes the time to find our dream job, and then I started to search for a job very early. All my family working on the fields, working as sugar cane fields. They was working cutting sugar cane. It's a very hard work, and I feel uncomfortable to see my mother in that difficult job, and I feel that I had to contribute to my family, to my mother, my father, and so I started to searching for a job, and it was not easy as it could be, and not find a job that I dreamed. I started to work as a sugar cane cute, the same as my father, my mother. In that time, I have a disgusting in my life because I studied a lot. I had good grades. I had lots of dreams, and I started this way my job. I I was a teenager. I was 13 years old, and I felt I was not prepared for that environment. There was nothing to learn there. I I became helpless. There is nothing to learn. I love it, learning and grow. There is no growth, no motivation. And since to me that my dream was dying in that place, there was no one to help me to improve my life, to improve my career. That dream to improve my life since to be dying. And since that dream would be buried on that fields. And it was uh, very sad for me. In that year, I get out of the school. I was I at the sudden I lost the confidence, the trust in the studies, and I accept that I would not have the dream, the career that I dreamed of. But uh, I want to talk to you about dreams in this moment. And sometimes you feel your dreams are dying because uh, lots of us in our career, in our studies, sometimes you study so hard, and this can make some of you have to experience that. You study so hard and you don't feel that you are having results from your hard work, your hard studies. And that's what happened to me. And this is common for lots of people that face this problem in their life. And if you guys have some question, you can talk a little, or if you want to, you can continue.
You can continue. Thank you.
Okay. So there is something in me that we still resisting in saying that the dream was not dying. Sometimes your dream will not die. Sometimes your dream can be as a seed on the ground, under the ground. Your dream can, in one day, if you have a dream, your dream that come true today or tomorrow, one day your dream can grow up as a seed that is on the ground. And I after some time, I started to search again what is wrong with me, and how other people had good job, had the opportunity I don't have. And I start to see some contents, searching in books and contents in that time. I heard about we only use 10% of our brains. And in the other studies I was doing, I read about the subconscious mind that controls 90% of our life. Subconscious mind is the mind, part of your mind that you don't think about, but that subconscious mind is controlling your heartbeat when we are sleeping, and control your breathe, you are sleeping, your body is working. Everything in your life is working, even if you're not conscious. So I start to learn about the subconscious mind, how it control our lives. And there is a message in one book that said, you don't come to this life, this world to live a miserable life. It seems to me, this talked to me, because I was feeling miserable. I was studying so hard, and that I was working in that so hard work. I was unhealthy. I was in my job that I started to talk about dreams, and people didn't understand what I mean, why I was thinking about the career, because people was there just to not live in misery, just to eat. People only work on that job because they needed to eat, they needed to survive. They don't was there think about career, about dreams. They was there to not die, to not face hungry, only for food. They worked only for food, and that was not my reality. I think about dreams, about career, but no one could help me. And when I was on school, after 1 year, I get some energy, and I returned to school. I continue my studies, but the people on the school, everyone have a good job. The people was working on store on the city. They know everything that happened on the city. And I was working on the fields. I didn't know what was happening. People talk about events on the city, and I felt sad because I didn't know what people was talking about. People didn't know about my job. Some of them don't even know what it was cutting sugar cane. And I wasn't happy. And that message talked to me. You didn't come to this world to live a miserable life. And that is important for me on that job. And what I want to talk and share with you is that you don't come to this world to live, to have a bad job. You don't come to this world to live a miserable life. You don't come to the world to work in a bad company. So it's your right to have a good job, to have a good life. But sometimes you don't know, you don't believe that. And sometimes you believe that the world is a terrible place, and there is no opportunity. In Brazil, that there is some people usually say Brazil has no opportunity for for people that is finishing their studies. And I was thinking that same, I have the same thing. There is no opportunity for me in this place. And then one time, after some time, some studies, that phrase I start to believe in a new reality that was opportunity for me in this country. I start to believe it, and I understood that the world was what I believe in the world. And after some times, I started to study a book. The book is called The Power of the Subconscious Mind. And that book brings some messages for me. and I start to apply that learning in my life. And from that content that I studied, I took a kind of framework that is what I used it to change my career. Um, there is some question. If you want, I can continue, or if you want to some question.
I don't know. I maybe just want to add, because right now I remember that one painter said sometime, I am gonna paraphrase the thing, because I know in Spanish, but it kind of try to say that to be realistic is to represent the reality which we live, but it is also to paint the reality we need. So also important is know where we are, but know what we need to be there or transform our reality. So thank you for the message. It's amazing. I just want to add that thing.
Awesome. I will show here about this little framework, and I will talk about the second party of this presentation. Is so it is a framework that I extracted from the studies of the book. The power of the book is called The Power of the Subconscious Mind. But what I learned is very common that is seen nowadays. But the main part of the story is that I believe that it was something I could do. And that is something I want to share with you. If you believe it, there is something good for you on the place where you are. So the opportunities you will start to happen. And that is what they're learning from that. That is take responsibility. Take responsibility for your career. And in that time, when I was in that bad job, that terrible job, I was thinking that other people were responsible. Maybe the governor didn't offer good opportunity for young guys. Maybe the school didn't prepare me the right way to get a good job. And maybe my family could not help me because they had that same kind of job. So lots of question came to my mind that the other people were responsible, until the day that I decided to take responsibility for my life, for my career. And that is something I want to share to you. There is lots of things that avoid you to success. But when you take the responsibility, when you decide that you can take the control of your life will improve. But if you depend on governor, if you depend on some politicals, your life, you'll be tied to other people and you will not have success. But if you take responsibility for your life, your brain will start to look for opportunity. And you can remember that the first slide, and you say people use about 10% of the brain capacity. So when you take responsibility, you put your brain to work for you. And that is an important learning I had. And face your fears. And sometimes you have fears to start new actions in your life. That is some interesting thing about fears. I was very shy. I had the fears to talk to people, and some time ago, I started to participate in groups and training to talk to people, and it was not comfortable for me, but it was a way I found to face my fears in small steps. And after some time, I could improve a little. And today I'm improving a little more. But you can face your fears, do things that you have fears until you feel comfortable, and find your community. Uh, that there are a little story here about that I want to share to you. Uh, about belief, you have talked about it. When I was doing my job, my hard job, I after some time I believed that I could make different in that job. Uh, I understood that my feelings, the way I feel about the world, would change the world and behind me. Would change the world. The, my world would change if I believe there was something good. In that job, cutting sugar cane in that fields, I start to change my beliefs about the world. So I start to look at that job, and I believe that I will find something good on the job. So when I was going to sleep, I used to said to myself, today will be a great day in my job. Today I will find something amazing in my job, in my life, something amazing. It will happen in my life. So that's believe. I start to learn to believe in good things. And sometimes I was working in the same job, but I start to play some music, some songs, and people said, "Oh, you are doing this terrible job. How are you singing? Are you crazy?" I said, "No, there is something good. Maybe can be good to have a good health, to be strong, to face the hard sun during all the day, and my body is getting stronger. That's a good. Maybe this is a good way for me to sing, to me to be happy." And I start to be happy in that job and take responsibility. I stopped to complain about the authorities, about the school, about the governors. And I decided I will find a way to live a better life. And they face the fears. The fears, I experienced that face fears one time late. But in that job, and I start to believe in take responsibility, there was a problem in that job. I was fired from my job. I was feeling happy. I was believing that the job would be a great job. I will find the good thing in the job, and I was fired. And that's something that some of you can face that problem. It's common. In some time in your life, you'll be fired. And it was strange, but I continue to believe maybe there is something good in being fired. I don't know what exactly was this. And then after some time, I was invited for a process in other company, the other sugar cane factory, and I started to work in a job that was in laboratory, in the laboratory of the company. There was researches, there was technology in that place. And then I saw that all that I believe, there is something good, there was opportunity there. And I started to work in a better job, and in a clean place, in the air conditioner. And so I start, it's for the first time I experienced that I could have something good in the same place that I was, in the same seat, but I believed that there was something better. And after some time, after many years, when I finished the university, because I lived in a small city, and I finished the university, I have a dream to work in technology, but there was no opportunity there. So I talk about that part of face your fears. In this small city, I finished the university. I could not work in my job. I started to work in other kind of places, in stores and other places, and I feel that my dream was dying again because I didn't find a technology opportunity in my small city. And I saw in that time, I heard there was opportunity in São Paulo. São Paulo is the capital of the state. There was lots of opportunities, lots of technology, but I had fear to go to huge cities, to big cities, because every day on TV, on radio, you heard about the crimes, people that are murdered in the big cities. Always was something bad happening, accidents, and I have lots of fear to to go out of my city, to move to a big city, because people, when you said you want to go to São Paulo, to the capital, São Paulo, people start to think about your death. People was thinking it would not see you alive again because we are going to a terrible city, a terrible place. And I have that fear because I have never lived in a big city. And one day, I decided to face that fear. I have a small motorcycle. I put a bag on that motorcycle, and I travel 500 kilometers to São Paulo. And in São Paulo, I start to try to find jobs and send resume to lots of company, but I didn't know the city. I had fear to not have a job and spend all the rest of my money. And then I find the other guys that studied in the university with me, and those guys helped me to prepare a good curriculum, a resume, and then I find a job in São Paulo. In that job, I start a salary that was the double of the salary I was trying to find. And that is the part, find your community. When I was in São Paulo, when I find the community, I find the other people that they have was able to help me. Then I find that job and I start to with a salary that was the double of the salary I was looking for. So that is the way this framework, this principle helped me. It can help you to find your dream job or your dream career, can help you in your dream life. So that's a little what I wanted to share with you. There is some points that I want to discuss here, but I want to hear from you if you have had some similar experience, study a lot, not have a opportunity, or live in a place that don't offer good opportunity. Maybe you can talk more a little about that if you guys have some question.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Your story is very, very inspiring. And we have a comment on YouTube. Alex Ravelo Ferreira says, nice background, Dorival. Difficult places generate strong minds. Congratulations to share your career. And Thank you. And I don't know if someone
Uh,
has something to say.
yes, I have some points to say, but if you guys have a question, you can. You have so that this sugar cane works, and yeah, maybe in your country that there is people that work
Yeah.
cutting sugar cane. And
Yeah. In my country, we we have a lot of jobs like that, not only in sugar, just with another uh, but the thing is the kind of works are very hard and doesn't let you to study, and you have to help your family because you don't have money, and you have to help with, you are worried to have money to buy something to eat. You don't have the time to focus on, I want to be an engineer or a scientist or something like that. I
yeah,
think that in Latin
yes,
America it's a sad reality, but thank you for sharing your experience. I think it's very valuable, and I don't know if some students have something to say. Bueno, compas, si tienen algo que decir, lo pueden decir en español y yo lo traduzco. I just
yes. Maybe
yeah,
some student can know somebody that they worked on that job or heard about somebody.
Yeah, I think even in Brazil, I think it's the very hard to see this kind of transformational job, like from sugar cutting to it's a technical lead. And now you're working as a technical lead in a big company, and making a lot of creating a lot of solutions, right, Dorival, and leading a team of developers.
Yes, in that is a difficult job because sometimes people blame me with you because you start to talk things about what there's nothing looking for a dream. There's nothing looking for better life. They are looking for to survive. They are there to survive. So when you start to talk, oh, I have a dream to be a great guy. Man, the guy say, oh, come on out here. You are here to survive. You are talking about that. Come on. It's terrible because people don't like to heard about that. They feel you are maybe making fun of them. Maybe you are disrespecting them because they were not there because they have a dream. They are there because they to not die, to not um, suffer from missing food. They are there for food. They're not there for drink. It's difficult for you to have some good advice, to have some people that will help you to grow because they are there just for food. They are there because there was no other way for them to survive.
I think Hania wants to talk something.
yeah, Hania, we listen to you.
Yes, good morning. I will try to say my English is so bad, I think, but I'll give it a try. I wanted to, well, first I want to thank you for sharing your story with us. I think this is so motivating for all of us. Um, and I also wanted to ask you kind of an advice on how to deal with others' opinions. Sometimes we face this, like you said, the people around you was like didn't understood why you wanted a career, and so sometimes some comments or what other people think about us can make us like fear a bit more or have some like doubts, I think you say, on ourselves. So how do you deal with it? I'm sorry, how do you stop those opinions to change your mind or change your dream? I think that.
Yes, it's a great question, and and that is something you do consciously. That is something you do unconsciously, but consciously. It's important for us to not permit to other people say what. So not what I can say for you. Not permit other people say your limits. So always affirm it for yourself. You are the owner of your limits. Don't let the people put limits for you. Don't let people on social media. Sometimes I stop to watching social media when people in Brazil there is people usually say, oh, Brazil is a terrible place. Some people that move maybe to the United States, they start to say, oh, Brazil is a terrible place. You'll not be you'll be no one in Brazil because you are not living on the United States. And when I heard this, I say, don't will be you that will say my limits. I will be the owner of my limits. That's a conscious decision. If there is an unconscious decision is when you give a suggestion for your subconscious mind. In the best moment for you put suggestion on subconscious mind is when you are near to sleep. So is you can say what you will have in the moment you are near to sleep. So and why in that job in the sugar cane field and I was near to sleep, I said sometimes I sleep saying to myself, tomorrow will be the best day of my life. Tomorrow will be an amazing day. I will be the best of me tomorrow. Sometimes I sleep with those words. And when you are near to sleep, when you sleep, your subconscious take care of you. And then your subconscious will work the words you hear near to that time you fall asleep. So consciously you say people don't will define your future. In the to your unconscious, when you are near to sleep, you say to yourself what will be your future. And when you're near to sleep and you are the first phrase when you wake up, you'll be, this is an amazing day. This is start a new phase in my life. So this is the moment before sleep, after wake up is an important moment for you to put great thoughts on your mind.
That subconscious tip is new for me, Dorival. Great to know. And Hania, just if I can add something, I believe that what Dorival said about being responsible with your decisions or being the understanding that you are the responsible one, or you can be the responsible one for your career, your decisions, it will help you also to understand that if you hear others' opinion, it's your responsibility to be hearing and moving according to the opinion, to the opinions around you. It's also your responsibility to not hear it, take your own decisions, and move as you believe that it's the best path for you. So I think that will kind of change a little bit your actions and be more understand better your position of what you can do about your own career.
I'm really thankful. I think it's both were great advices. I'm gonna put it on practice. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Hannah. And I want to add something. Right now, it's on Netflix, a series that my brother recommend me, and in Spanish is Cortar por la línea de puntos. I think in English could be say cutting by the dot line or something like that. It's an Italian series, but it can help you to have a perspective. And I think that also it's important to listen to people, but not believing that the people is saying is the truth. Sometimes you can learn from the people what you could do or you could not do. And I think that it's important, all the Dorival and Hugo says, but listen is also important, I think, to say it can help me or it cannot help me. And I take this or I don't take this because we learn from everything and everyone, I think. And thank
Yes,
you.
you can learn to filter information. Some people will say something because they want you to grow, but other people will say things because they want you to be in control. And sometimes when there are people, when I change the governors usually to say, "Oh, you need to me. I will be your sir. I will be the salvation for you. This country need me to save you." And sometimes this is their job, but your career, your future, you are the responsible for that. So sometimes you have to filter some information because people had the job to to teach you to depend on them, but in fact you don't depend on them. You depend on yourself, on your mind, on your brain, and it's important to filter when people want to help you, when people want to control you.
Thank you very much. We have a lot of questions and also another comment on YouTube, so I'm going to read it. Alex Ferreira says, about the change, what made you to change the career? Where you start to study after work? Talk more about the transition, where you stop all the work or work and study alone, a long period.
Yes, about the studies. It's very hard for me to study, and there was a time there was not electricity in my house, so I have some lamps. That's not electrical. It was by they use the oil. There is smoking on the room, and I was studying, but that was that was possible because the first advice, I believe. When you believe there is something good in what you are doing, when you believe that you can, you can. When you believe you are not able to do something, so your brain starts to accommodate. So even you don't see the results, is important for you, for your brain. You believe that is something good. And lots of time I studied alone. And there was moment that I was feeling that I will not get there. I will not be able to continue. And lots of that time, there were other guys from the school that helped me. And then you came in that situation when you find your community, you find the people that want you to grow. When you find that people, so you have more energy to continue, have more energy to grow up. So I had these challenges to be alone, and the important points where when I believed that that was the path, that was the solution, that the solution would appear, and then that helped me to continue, and that was the other point that we have to find people that help us to grow. Um, that's what I say. Find your community. Your community can be the guy on the school, maybe can be someone on your family, some group on WhatsApp or other group. There are lots of people that want to control you, that want to sell you something, but if you filter, you will find people that want to grow with you. So when you find those people, you go further. You can overcome your limitation when you have other people walking with you.
Thank you very much. And that remembered me that Facundo Cabral said that find minds that are greater than you, because in that way you can be greater, because you learn from people who is smart from you or have some another abilities that can perform better. And Freddy Jacob says he's from Guatemala, and says, hi, I'm sorry, I'm typing now because I am but a bundle of nervous. So he wants to thank you for being here with us. And his question is, what's the most difficult part for your whole career? And need any skills to encounter those, I think, or can approach the problem, I think, something like that. And thank you for being here, Dorival he says.
Yes, yes, I think important point is there are lots of difficult challenges you will find in your career, and one of them is you have to deal with people. So some people will put you down. Some people will commit the mistake that you make you feel bad, and it's important for you to understand people that is causing problem for you, that people also has problem. And for me it was difficult to understand man, I'm trying hard to improve my life, to do my best, and the people are trying to cause a problem on my career. Why people do that? I don't understand people. Why people do that? And it's important for us to understand that people out there, they also have problem. And when I was cutting sugar cane, I thought that I was the only guy that had a problem. Only the people on that job had problem. And I didn't understand when I started my first job, and people was causing me suffering on me. Oh man, why people do that? But that people, many times, that people are suffering also because they have other problems that they don't know. And when we understand that, when you try to understand the problem people are facing, we know that you have problem and other people have problem. And maybe when we are able to understand that, maybe you can help the guys to overcome their problem also. So deal with people is a challenge even today, because every project, every place that you work, you have to deal with people, and maybe people are causing problem on your career, but uh, most of the time that people also have problem. They are trying to solve their problem in the wrong way. And maybe you can be the guy that will see an opportunity to solve the problem together instead of everyone want to defend themselves, and sometimes uh, they they could work together to find a solution. So deal with people is one problem. Other problem, other difficult for me was to face the fears. That was the time I was living in this small city, and I had no, I was not courageous to go to São Paulo because I had a fear to be killed in São Paulo, and I have a fear to murders, to crimes that happened in São Paulo. But the way to overcome the fears is you face your fears in small steps. So in São Paulo, I, I I kept my motorcycle, I put my bag and travel 500 kilometers. But it's not so easy. Before that, I called to some friends that was moving to São Paulo, and those guys was alive. They was not dead. So that is a proof that there is something good there. Those guys was working there. They was talk to me. So a way to face your fear is validate your fears. Maybe there is something bad in a situation, but not everything is bad. So when you look at a small piece of the situation, you can see that there is something good. That's not all the bad. The the other question was to talk to people. I always have that difficult to talk to people. But when I started, I didn't come here to talk to guys in Guatemala. Maybe I start to talk with maybe two, three guys, tipo me and Oliver and Hugo. And I start to talk very bad, but I was facing the fears in small steps. So it's important you face your fear in small step, and every day, every week you can improving until the day you can talk to lots of people, can go to a different place, but you can validate your fear, and then your brain you understand. No, it's not all the bad.
Thank you, Dorival. And Alex Ferreira says on YouTube, great man, you will motivate a lot of people. Success for you.
Thank you. Thank you very
And
much.
here, Mario David Sandoval says that he has an alarm clock, the song of Lego, that everything is amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I don't know if anyone have another question, but it was a great pleasure for me. Here I am here listening to you, and I'm learning a lot of things from you. So I'm very grateful, and I don't know if anyone have another question.
I'm preparing content on LinkedIn. I will share my LinkedIn here
Oh, great. Thank you.
because when I finish the content, yeah, so I can share with the student, with the guys from here. Let me share here.
Thank you very much. And Freddy Choshon says that he want to have another meeting with Hugo. So you will be invited in another meeting if you want.
Oh, thanks, Oliver. Thanks, Freddy. But I don't have this beautiful story like Dorival experience, but yeah, I will do my best to bring some good content for you guys if you want to do so another session.
Yeah, we want to listen for you.
Here is my LinkedIn. Is Dorival Q. You can find there. On Twitter, I'm a Dorival Q also. And this link, I'm creating a group on Discord to share about that experience to change mind, change life, change subconscious mind. Maybe this can be in Portuguese, but I will translate the content to English. If some of you guys can enter there, then you can organize a study group in English.
Oh, thank you very much. It will be great. We had it with a Discord account server also for the students, and I'll send you the link if you want to be there. It's almost the most of thing in Spanish, but we can create a channel in English if you want to share something or something like that.
Yes, it is important because working with our mind is not so easy. Sometimes people say, "Oh, you can do that and you will be successful," but sometimes you have to work several aspects of your mind. And what I want to do is to sharing with the guys. Other aspects of the mind. So not to be a magic action that change our lives, but is small steps that you do every day is what make us to be successful or not. So if you follow me, you can ask me question on LinkedIn or here on Discord, and you can continue talk this and maybe learning from each other also.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. It was a great talk. I don't know if anyone have the last words.
Yes. We have a chat here. If that is something you can translate, or it is.
Yeah, I read everything on the chat, I think.
Okay.
Moises has the raised their hand. So Moises, please.
Okay, I just wanted to thank you two for being here. Thank you for giving your experience and talking about what happened in your life and giving us more how do you say it?
Tools.
Yeah, more tools and more ways to confront our problems and the things that we are confronting now in the university. And I think this conversation will help a lot of us, a lot of my classmates, because there are a lot of guys that are working and they're studying at the same time, and the other ones that we only study, but as always we have problems, like we are humans. So I'm just very grateful with you, and I will, as the teacher say, we would like to have you in another session to talk about other things and to talk about more ways to develop our skills. So yeah, thank you and hope to see you soon.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you,
Hope to
Moises.
see you again and talk again about that.
Yeah, great. I don't know if you want, but if you want to turn on your camera, we can take a screenshot just to remember the day, because it was a great talk. So students, don't be shy. Turn on your cameras.
Overcome the fear of turning on the cameras.
Face your fears.
Face your fears.
Face your fear. Hey, Honia.
Can you say in Portuguese?
Thanks for your question.
Turn on your cameras just to see if anyone.
Liguem suas câmeras.
Okay. In Japanese, Hugo.
In Japanese, カメラをつけてください.
There is something good about the fears that I want to share a little. Fears is good for us because fears prevent us from harming ourselves. So when you have a fear, like, it will avoid you to hurt yourself. But sometimes the fears is not a good fear. Sometimes you have fears, maybe fears to public speaking. Maybe you have a fear to change the job. Sometimes the fears start to blocking our career. So that fears is the fears that you had to control it. But the fears is not the bad at all. But when fears starts to block our career, our lives, so it's time to control the fears, and it's time to validate the fears. Oh, if I move to São Paulo, I will be killed. I will die. Maybe this fears I have to validate. Oh, it is true or it's only my imagination. So sometimes you have to validate your fears. That's the good point.
Okay, I'm gonna take the screenshot, so smile. Done. I'll share with you the picture. So buzzwords, thank you very much, everyone, for being here, for listening, and especially to Dorival for being with us and sharing all the knowledge and all the experience that are so motivating. So thank you very much and have a good day. And I don't know if in Brazil you have like, I don't know how to say, Holy Week or something like that.
Holy Week?
Yeah. A week, it's like a Catholic tradition, I think.
Yes. An entire week, I think not.
Just
it's
like
quite
3
carnival.
days or...
But we have some holidays, yeah.
Oh, great. Great. So have a good week.
Okay. Thanks, everyone. It's good to see you all. Good to know you all. I hope to have more connection with you. And Freddie, I read your message. I will do my best to be here. It's all on Oliver's invite.
So, yeah, sure. We scheduled that.
Fine. So see you. Bye-bye.
So thank you for being here. Thank you for trying to ask me a good question. Thank you for inviting me and to share that good energy. Thank you very much.